first one of the year for the Toronto Raptors, and it was a big-time W at Scotiabank Arena in the home opener against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Before we get into what happened in this game today, that Cavs team is damn good. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, you add that to what that roster brought last year, and plus I think they added Karis LeVert at the trade deadline too. Like, that team is damn good. They did lose Garland earlier in the ball game. I think it was Gary Trent ran for the strip and hit him in the face or something like that. He didn't return, so hopefully he's okay there. But that team is damn good in the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, you can only have winners today. One winner today. And the Raptors were that winner. 108-105 in the season opener. 1-0 now on the season are the Toronto Raptors. And this is how the game went down. First quarter, it was kind of back and forth for the most part, right? Neither team kind of caught their footing. And then to end the first quarter, Raptors drilled 2 threes to put them up 28-22. So they're up by 6 after one quarter. It looks pretty damn good. In the second quarter, offense gets sticky and Donovan Mitchell starts going off, right? Because Garland leaves the game and he starts playing more with the ball. And that's a question I have for Cav fans, even if there are any on here right now. Like, Garland is obviously your point guard. So he's going to handle the rock. And he was early on. But he left the game and Donovan Mitchell took over and obviously basically played as a point guard and was handling the rock most of the time. And he dominated. So that's going to be some interesting thing they're going to have to work out as the season goes along. But when he left the ball game and Mitchell takes over, a massive run for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they win the second quarter by 12, 35-23, and the Raptors are now stuck. Oh crap, not this. They're down by 6 at the break. So not where you want to be. You were up by 6 after one. Now you're down by 6 at halftime. Not where you want to be. But you got to come out in the second half and fight. And the Raptors do. But again, they brought the lead at one point. I think it was the highest it got. Oh, I can't remember. I read this one. I can't remember. 8 maybe. And in that third quarter, again, back and forth. You end up being -2 in that quarter. And you're down by 8 going into the fourth. So again, not where you want to be. But it's closing time. How many times have I talked about in the past? It's not how you start a game. It's not who has the biggest quarter. It's not who has the biggest run in a game. It's who finishes strong. And who plays the best in those final minutes. And the Raptors were easily the best team. Heck, I believe the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't score a bucket. They didn't make a field goal in the last 5.5 minutes. That's incredible. The defense was outstanding for the Raptors in that fourth quarter, only allowing 21 points. Their on-ball D was incredible. Their help defense was insane. And when Jared Allen's going up there for a rebound and he's getting mauled by 3 Raptors to strip it away from him, and it happens, I mean, what else can you do? Raptors dropped 32 in that quarter, and they go on a nice little run of their own, right? Building that lead up. Gary Trent Jr. drills a corner 3. Where else was it? Scotty Barnes driving by It was on Jared Allen. And somehow getting that ball to drop, kind of guarding him away from the block, because that dude can block shots like anybody. I'm watching OG come down the wing and try to throw it down. And then Jared Allen meets him halfway down and is like, no. It's like, this guy's nuts. But he's incredible. And the Raptors close it out strong. They do some very small things in this game, in the dying frames, that were really, really good. Obviously, fouling them when you were up by 3. You knew they didn't have any timeouts left, so they couldn't call anything, right? So you foul them right away, put them on the free throw line, and you're good to go. Great inbound play, great inbound pass to Scotty, who fires over to Precious, who fires it down for the dunk to put you up by 3. Mitchell with the heave with 0.7 of the clock, misses it, and the Raptors win it 108-105. So a really nice start to the season for the Toronto Raptors. Look, we know, and if you're a hardcore Raptor fan, you know this start of the season, the schedule is tough. They played Miami twice, I don't say back-to-back games in Miami. They played Brooklyn in Brooklyn. I think they got Philly as well. There's a lot of big teams right at the start of the year. But it's a good test for this team. Right, coming into the year, we're like, okay, well, we saw what we saw last year from the Raptors. Where's that next step? And that's what we're waiting to see. Now, let's get into the player stats, because there's a lot of things I want to get to. First off, Pascal Siakam. Coming fresh off a, NBA third team, third team All-NBA or whatever the hell, whatever the specific title is. Again, It's early for me, guys, so just hang in there. Coming off a fresh, I did it to myself again, but you know what I'm talking about. And he goes out there today, and he has a dominant second quarter. When this Raptor team offensively was scuffling mightily, Pascal was making shots. I believe he made 10, or was that in the third quarter? Might have been the third. But Pascal dominated at one point during this game. He ended the game 23, 11, and 1. Shot 9 of 20 from the field. And we'll get to the free throws in a bit, but he was 4 of 8, 1 of 3 from distance. He had 4 steals. He was outstanding today. Made some big-time shots, was attacking guys at will, and had a nice little spin fadeaway in the mid-range going. Love what we saw from Pascal. Gary Trent Jr., we've talked about it all throughout the preseason. We talked about it all last year. It's the consistency. Which Gary Trent are you going to get? Are you going to get the guy that's shooting 3 of 15 and going 0 of 7 from 3? Or are you going to get what you got for tonight from GT, which was 19 points, 5 rebounds on 5 of 12 shooting, was 5 of 7 from the free throw line, and was 4 of 8 from distance. 50% from 3. He made 4 threes for the Raptors today. I think he was great. Gary Trent was phenomenal today. Now, the on-ball defense with Mitchell, they ended up switching Scotty on him, which made a lot more sense because Mitchell was just taking him to school, as you'd expect. OG Anunoby, slow start to the ball game for him scoring-wise, but it definitely picked up as the game went along. Ended the game 18, 7, and 5. He shot 5 of 12 as well. 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from distance. And OG had 4 steals and 2 blocks, including 1 massive denial on Karis LeVert. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm watching that, and I'm like, that's an easy layup for Karis. And instantly, OG's up in the air just saying, none of that! And I was like, man, a healthy OG looks something else. Really nice shot. 4 steals and 2 blocks as well for the young OG. I thought he was outstanding. Fred VanVleet, again, offensively, didn't see him a whole lot. But you know what? I'm not complaining. 15, 2, and 5 for Fred. 4 of 9 shots. 4 of 4 from the line. Was 3 of 6 from distance, right? And that didn't hurt your team at all. And 4 steals. And his on-ball D was outstanding. Hey, you know what? I thought he just looked rejuvenized. Just a healthy, ready to go, not exhausted Fred VanVleet. It just looked nice to look at. Not looking at Fred kind of hobbling on one leg in game 80 of the season, right? Trying to fight through it, trying to load manage this guy because dude's broken because he's played so damn much in the season. Like, watching him out there today was a breath of fresh air for me, and it was nice to watch. But it can't happen. He can't play 38 minutes, though. He led the team with 38 minutes tonight. Now, we know why that was the case. No Boucher, still no Otto Porter. You know, your bench is a little beat up. So you're going to need these guys to kind of carry it a little bit more as they did today. Scotty Barnes, again, somewhat like, OG, right? Slow start to the game offensively. Try to do a lot of one-on-one stuff. A little just dribble, jump shot, right? Didn't like it early on, but then he started just pounding the paint, and he was dominant. 15, 3, and 7 for Scotty. 7 dimes for Scotty Barnes. I don't know if I said somebody else's name there. I felt like I did. 7 of 14 from the field for Scotty. Made the 1 3 he took. The 1 3 made it. 7 of 14 from the field, had 2 steals and a block. And when he was on the floor, he was a team high plus 20. So that's a big number for Scotty. Really nice game for him. Really nice second half for Scotty Barnes. Really liked what we saw down the stretch from him. Precious Achiuwa, again, like we all know from Precious, he's going to get a little antsy at times. 10 points, 5 boards, 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 1 of 4 from distance, right? He made 1 3, and took a heavily contested one, like a possession or 2 later, and I'm like, relax, Precious, easy. He had a couple really nice cuts to the basket, though, right? Off-ball cuts, right down the lane, gets the pass, floats it up and through a couple buckets. I think it was like 2 of those for him, and that's beautiful. Right? It's gorgeous. If you can drill a couple threes here and there and do stuff like that and give us 10 and 5 off the bench, hallelujah, that'd be phenomenal. Outstanding. Now, let's get to Christian Koloko here. Because he didn't hurt the team at all. Plus 3 on the floor and oh God, he didn't play 20 minutes, but it was fairly close to that. 3 points, 6 rebounds, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Again, nothing spectacular. But if you watched him today, and I was trying to keep a heavy eye on him, obviously being a rookie and being a guy over 7 foot, which we've all yelled and screamed about for forever, about the Raptors having a center. Albeit, I don't know if he's the answer, but you want to see what you got in a regular season game. I thought he was not phased. There was a few instances where I thought he, overplayed things, right? Grabbed guys, and you're like, okay, well, relax there, bud. But then I watched him. get switched onto a guard. Whether it was Mitchell, whether it was Garland early on, whether it was Karis LeVert, guys like that. And they're trying to drive on him. He's right with them. I don't know why. It was Karis LeVert was one. He's trying to out-handle him. Christian Coloco was right there with him the entire way. And then the guy has to take a high arcing shot because Coloco was right up there to contest that shot. And I think maybe he hit the front rim and bounced out, but it wasn't even close. So watching him guard basically anybody was phenomenal today. Did throw down a nice put-back dunk off a Pascal miss. Missed a couple as well, but again, it's first game jitters for the young fella, so I'm totally fine with that. I think he played pretty well. We talked all, in the season preview about, the fouls being an issue for him. I think he had a couple fouls today in like 15, 16 minutes, so again, not too bad for a Christian Coloco in his first NBA basketball game. Really nice. Let's get into team stats and wrap this baby up. All right, shall we? Cleveland Cavaliers shot. I don't know if you guys saw that. It just spit all over the place. 49% from the field for Cleveland, considering they didn't make a shot in the last 5.5 minutes. Tells you what they shot the rest of the game. 36% from three. That was a lot higher earlier on in the ball game. 83% from the free throw line. They did a job there, right? Raptors, 42% from the field. Again, we've talked about it so many times, right? It's not about the first shot for the Raptors. It's about cleaning up the garbage, right? 42% from the field. They were 43% from three. I thought, it didn't look great early on, right? I think it was like through three quarters, you had like 8 threes. And then to start the fourth, they drilled 3 in a row. And we're like, whoa, okay. Precious drilled one. I think Gary drilled one. And we're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I think Fred might have knocked one down as well. So they ended up 43% from three, which is great. 72% from the free throw line. That actually looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look, because I felt like all game long we're seeing 1 of 2s, and I'm like, ew, this is just ugly to watch. And even down the stretch, I think Gary missed one late in the game. It's like, oh my God, you're freebies, guys. Like, you missed like 8 or 9 shots. Those could have paid. They could have been really important. Luckily, came away with this ball game. Now, the other stats though: +4 on the glass, +6 in the offensive boards. And that is crucial because we talked about it, right? Getting these extra opportunities. You're +6 on the offensive boards, and you were +14 in second chance points. That's what happens when you crash the glass. Defensively, I thought the Raptors were incredible. They were all over the place, and it was a lot of fun to watch, really. +9 in steals. They do what they do best, just getting the passing. I think it was like 14-5 or something like that in steals, something along those lines. Really nice job there. They did get destroyed in the points in the paint, though, -16 there. But they were also +13 in the fast breaks. You may have got killed in that one, but you were killing them in other spots. Albeit it was a one-possession game to finish. It's a really good basketball game from both teams. They'll be fighting all year long for positioning come the tail end of the 82-game schedule. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I broke down Donovan Mitchell because, man, if I had to pick a second team to be a fan of, and I hate to say it because of all the LeBron years, I'd say the Cavs. Like, just them as a whole, it's a really young, fun, talented squad. They add Donovan Mitchell. It's like, man, that team is just really good. All right? Next up, though, for the Toronto Raptors, they head to Brooklyn to take on the Nets. If it stayed the way I saw it earlier on, they were getting demolished by the New Orleans Pelicans in Brooklyn. Zion back. They got throttled. Ben Simmons, at the time that I saw it, had 2 points. Took 1 shot in 20 minutes. This is the guy that's a max contract that everyone's freaking out about a big 3. I mean, I'm sorry. Good defender, good passer, but what? Anyways, we play Brooklyn in Brooklyn on Friday night, 7:30 tip-off there. Looking to go 2-0 on the season and looking to beat Kevin Durant, which, is always nice. All right, so thank you guys. Whoa, where am I getting excited there for? I'm so excited. It's opening night for NBA. I'm jacked up. With the Leafs stinking, I need some positivity. And this is beautiful, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed the game this evening, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. The Twitter link is down below. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What you think? Would you like? Would you not like? All that stuff. Go nuts in the comments below. Twitter link is down below. Follow us, send me that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, follow there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, of course, tomorrow, Leafs edition, as I believe they host the Dallas Stars at Scotiabank Arena. Just looking to get a win, feel good about themselves. Kind of weird things in Leaf land, John Keefe's yelling at the players in the press conferences and whatnot. And Muzzin's now hurt; he's on the LTIR, so it's like, God, it's just a disaster there. But they play tomorrow. And as for the Toronto Raptors, they're back in action on Friday as they're in Brooklyn, taking on the Brooklyn Nets. 7:30 tip-off there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video. And Raptors opening night. We'll talk to you guys then.